Hello and welcome to Stepping with Staff. I really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day, and hopefully what we're starting here is something that's going to build bigger and bigger. But before we get to the stepping and all that, let me tell you a little bit about myself. So I'm going to sit down for right now, and we'll take it from there. Alright, now, how did this all start for me? Well, if we go back, and we're going back to '05, and I was working for a printing company, and so they had a delivery van, and we switched off. Someone made deliveries that particular day, and it was my turn, and off I went to make my deliveries. And my mindset, my checklist I had in my head, I said, well, drop off this, probably pick me up some hibachi on the way back, and I was going to go see my son at daycare. So those are things I know I wanted to do.
Proceeding on, I actually accomplished everything, I believe. But I have no memory of it. Why? Because I ended up in a really, really bad car wreck. I mean, I'm talking about from my skull on the left side all the way down to my ankle on my left side. I managed to break everything, I think, except ribs. So I don't know how, but anyhow, no ribs were broken. So I woke up later on that evening at the hospital. My dad was there, which was nice. Parents are supposed to look out for their kids. But my dad lives in New York, so this is weird, is what I said to myself. And then I looked over, saw my mom. I was like, okay, this is very weird, because my parents got divorced when I was 16. So, anyhow, I go back to sleep. Up, and now I'm more conscious enough to notice that I had pins sticking out my arm, down to my wrist, and down my thigh, down to my ankle. So I was like, wow, this is not good. That's when my first question was, how did I get here? And over a course of a couple of weeks, and not being so medicated, my parents were able to tell me. I had pictures of the van after it was done. I saw my x-rays. Unfortunately, I was not able to hold them to that, because I would love to show you guys, the before and after of that van alone. But bottom line is, this was a life changer for me. I was hoping I was going to heal, and I started to heal, and in the process, we did a few different surgeries. We did laparoscopic, because what had happened is that my left knee was straight. It wouldn't bend. So that was a challenge, because you never realize how much, you need both your legs to do stuff, But it turned out that I was fortunate that it was straight, because the doctor said if it was actually bent and stuck in that position, that would have caused a lot of hip problems for me in the future. So I was grateful for that. But I also got another souvenir of what I call my boomerang arm. What had happened is I'm a 1%er of people when they heal, which I did, bones broke and stuff from being broken, they actually kept on growing. That it formed a bridge between here and here in my arm. So the doctor said, well, we just cut that, and that way we get this movement again. Well, as you can see, it didn't work, because within 2 months, my bone was growing back again across to make a bridge. So no brushing my teeth with my left arm ever again. But I got over it, because I'm a righty, so it was okay. Now, as far as my left leg being straight, I was okay with that for the fact that, I could still wear my pants and things were just a little different, a little challenging, but I adjusted. And within a year and a half of uh, physical therapy and occupational therapy, I was back on my feet. I was independent. I was driving. I was cooking, which I love to do also. And um, life wasn't bad. I took in some trips. Of course, I had to get an aisle seat because my straight left leg made it difficult for me to sit in any kind of seat. I always had to have a certain seat at restaurants if it was a booth. I had to be facing, I guess, this way, sitting to my, yeah, I'd be sitting to my left. That way my leg can kind of be out on the side of the table. And I have to warn people that I'm not being rude, but my leg doesn't bend, so that's why it's sticking out there. I mean, that was not cool at concerts, I'm sure, for some folks, but they
got over it because I enjoyed the concert. So that was that. And I went on like this for the next 13 years. And it got to the point that my friends and even strangers, they didn't realize my leg didn't bend. I played it off pretty well. I mastered the art of deception. But so that was all good. And then March 2017, my left knee was killing me. And I'm like, it can't be because I overextended it. So what was it? So I went to urgent care. They gave me some pills. That didn't do nothing. I ended up driving myself back to the hospital. The original hospital I went to in '05 when I woke up. But the parking was so bad, there was no way I was going to be able to walk from that parking garage to the main building. I wouldn't make it. So I drove back and found there was actually another Duke in Raleigh, which was smaller, which was great. So I went straight to emergency, and within a couple of hours, someone just sent me an email. Within a couple of hours, I was checked in, and on Sunday night, by that Monday, I met my doctor and says, we're having surgery on Tuesday. And I said, what's going on? He says, you have an infection, looks like, in your knee. And I was like, wow, I didn't see it coming, didn't know how it happened. But then that day, he explained to me that when '05, when I had those plates and screws put in my knee, they never took them out. Now, am I going to try to give you any advice that if you have any metal in your body, you need to have it removed? I can't say. But I can say mine's caused an infection. Now, how long that infection was in there, we don't really know. But it obviously festered for a while before it actually showed itself to me. And so the next step was basically he was going to go in there and take out those screws, and he put some antibiotic beads up in my kneecap that was going to help kill that infection. And I have to also add, he first told me from the beginning, we're going to do everything we can to save your leg, And I appreciate it, because that means we're going to try. And that's all I can ask for anybody. So that's what we did. We tried and tried. And I had another surgery because it got reinfected. And then we tried again. And I went to an oxygen chamber. All this time I have to add, I'm wearing a wound vac, which is like a suction cup that was over the hole that was now inside of my knee. And what that suction cup did, a wound vac does, it heals from the inside out. Because we just didn't want it just to close back over like a normal scar or something could do. We wanted to keep it open enough so that it would heal the inside. So we did all these different things. physical therapy. I did all that. I had a nurse coming by twice a week. So I really feel and thank Dr. Singh for his honesty that we were going to try. And we did for about 8 months. And then that fateful day came when the infection came back. Well, I could tell you more, but I'm going to hold on to that thought and share that with you on the next episode. So, keep on stepping and tune in next time.